Long ago, in a small village called Ibadan in Nigeria lived a 12-year-old Ode. Ode spent his mornings studying arithmetic and reading in the village's small school. In the afternoons, he helped his family on their small farm on the outskirts of the village. One hot sunny day, Ode was walking in the fields pulling weeds from around the plants in the farm. As he walked, he heard a faint crying sound coming from the tall grass nearby. Ode walked over cautiously and patted the thick grass. He discovered the source of the sound is a small bright green snake tangled in pieces of wire and crying pitifully. "You poor thing," said Ode. "Don't be afraid, I can help you." The snake thrashed wildly, trying to free itself but only tangling itself further. Ode spoke softly and reached his hands towards the snake. Slowly and gently, Ode freed the snake from the sharp wire. Once untangled, it looked up at Ode with its red tongue flicking. Ode smiled, "There you go, little one. You are safe now. Be more careful out there." The snake bobbed its head up and down as if it understood. Then it swiftly slithered off into the grass and disappeared. Ode felt happy he could help the small creature. Over the next few years, Ode continued living in the village and working on his family's farm. One morning when Ode was 16 years old, he headed out to the fields to harvest yams for the village market. As he was walking, he heard piercing screams coming from the direction of the village. He hurried back to find bandits ransacking the village homes on horseback. The bandit leader was a large muscular man with a long scraggly beard named Bodu. Bodu and his men stormed through the tiny village, overturning carts and stealing valuables. Some men grabbed young women and children and put them in cages. Ode watched in horror but knew he couldn't fight the 24 armed men. As he started to run and hide, Bodu spotted Ode and hollered, "Grab that boy." Two bandits on horseback charged towards Ode, swords held high. Its heart pounded as he dashed into the thick forest next to the village. But the bandits and their horses were too fast. Right before they set upon Ode, a bright green snake suddenly flew from a tree branch overhead and bit one of the bandits on his shoulder. The man cried out and fell from his horse unconscious. The second bandit looked around bewildered as the green snake landed right in front of Ode, poised to strike again. "Sorcery!" yelled the bandit, making a sign against evil. He quickly turned his horse and fled from the snake. Safe for the moment, Ode looked down to see the brave green snake guarding him. "It's you," exclaimed Ode. "You are that little snake I rescued long ago. You saved me." The snake bobbed its head and flicked its tongue at Ode. Ode was overwhelmed that this snake had remembered him and come to his aid. The sound of more bandits approaching reached their ears. "Come, we must hurry," said Ode. The snake slithered swiftly behind Ode as he ran even deeper into the forest. They hid themselves in a large tree hollow, waiting for nightfall before returning to the village. When Ode and the green snake finally reached the village, they found a tragic sight. Homes were burned down, livestock killed. Bodu and his men had taken the women and children hostage before leaving to sell them into slavery. Ode's parents ran to him, overjoyed that he was all right. "We have to do something," Ode cried. The village men prepared themselves to go after Bodu's gang and try and rescue the kidnapped women and children. The green snake refused to leave its side as they traveled for many days tracking the bandits' trail. Finally, They spotted Baudu's camp just before dusk. The green snake stealthily spied on the camp, noting the locations of the kidnapped villagers in cages and guards stationed around. Under the cover of night, Ode and the village men snuck into the camp as the green snake distracted the guards, biting them on their ankles. Ode freed the villagers as the village men held back the bandits. This allowed the women and children to run into the forest safely. Baudu roared with fury when he realized what was happening. He charged at Ode wielding a gigantic spear. But once again, the green snake zoomed through the air and sunk her fangs into Baudu's neck before he could harm Ode. Howling in agony, Baudu stumbled away into the dark forest. The remaining bandits quickly fled, knowing their leader had been gravely injured by the mystical snake. Ode watched Baudu disappear into the night, knowing the green snake had saved him again. She landed on Ode's shoulders, nuzzling his cheek. Safe at last, with all the kidnapped villagers rescued, Ode returned home with his parents and the green snake. The entire village rejoiced at having the women and children back. They hailed Ode and the snake as heroes. From then on, the green snake never left Ode's side. Knowing she would always be there to protect him, Ode lived his life joyfully without fear. Many more decades passed in the village. Ode grew into an elderly man of 75 years old, with the green snake still faithfully by his side after all those years. Ode spent his later years telling stories to the village children about his heroic snake and their adventures together battling bandits in the forest. One quiet morning, Ode laid down in his bed feeling very weak and tired. He felt his age in his bones. Knowing his time was ending, he whispered to the loyal green snake curled up next to him, "My dear friend. You saved me so many times. We had quite the extraordinary life together." The snake looked at Ode with sad eyes. It rested its head on Ode's hand as he took his last breath. The snake stayed coiled around Ode's arm as he passed away peacefully. His family found them that evening, the man and snake who had been bound together by friendship, bravery and destiny. If you like this story, drop a heart emoji in the comment section. Also support our channel by subscribing and liking this video. Turn on post notification to get updates when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.